Southern Pacific number 4449, often called the Daylight, is one of the most famous, recognizable and beloved operating steam locomotives in the United States. Just a quick clarification on the naming convention to help keep the history clear. It is a GS-4 class locomotive with a 4/8 four-wheel configuration, and its engine number is 4449. Here is the story, specifications, and current status of this spectacular piece of railroad history. 1. The Daylight design and revenue years. Built in May 1941 by the Lima Locomotive Works in Ohio, No. 4449 was designed for Southern Pacific's premier passenger service. It was immediately assigned to pull the Coast Daylight, a luxury passenger train running the scenic route between Los Angeles and San Francisco. To match the custom-designed passenger cars, the locomotive was wrapped in a striking, streamlined casing painted in bold lines of red, orange, and black. Because of its stunning looks and high-speed capabilities, it quickly became an icon of the American West. By the mid-1950s, diesel locomotives began replacing steam. In 1955, number 4449 had its beautiful streamlined side skirts removed and was painted plain black to serve out its remaining days pulling freight and secondary passenger trains. It was officially retired from active service in October 1957. 3. Preservation and the Freedom Train. In 1958, Southern Pacific donated the retired black-painted locomotive to the city of Portland, Oregon. It sat outside on static display in Oaks Amusement Park for nearly 2 decades. Exposed to the elements, it was repeatedly vandalized, and many of its parts, including its original whistle, were stolen. Its saving grace came in 1974. No. 4449 was evaluated and ultimately chosen to pull the American Freedom Train for the country's bicentennial celebration. The restoration, a dedicated crew restored the engine to fully operational status in less than 5 months. The tour, repainted in a patriotic red, white, and blue scheme, number 4449 pulled the display train through most of the 40 contiguous states from 1975 to 1976, where millions of people lined the tracks to watch it pass. 4. Current status. In 1981, the locomotive was repainted back into its correct, historic red and orange Daylight livery. Today, Southern Pacific number 4449 is housed at the Oregon Rail Heritage Center in Portland, Oregon. Thanks to a non-profit group of volunteers known as the Friends of SP 4449, the engine is kept in fully operational, pristine condition. It still makes occasional, highly anticipated public excursion runs, remaining a living, breathing monument to the golden age of rail travel.